Hello, good evening. Can anyone hear me? Hello, good evening. Can anyone hear me? Yeah, okay. It's been a while, yes. So I'll be your instructor for tonight. How have you guys been? And what's the experience like so far? Hope you've been learning and you've also been practicing what you've been taught, right? So what's your experience like? Are you in decline? Sorry, are you in maturity phase or growth phase or introductory phase? What phase are you guys? I miss you too, creative. I miss Itunu. I miss everyone. Great to have you back. Me too. Great to also have you guys back. I mean, oh, growth phase. I love that. Thank you, Jesus. Growth stage. I love that. Good evening, Chuku. Good evening, Miss K. Good evening, Mary. Chinoye. Good evening, everybody. We've been very well. It has been an amazing journey. Yes, you've got this. Yes. Growth stage. Yeah, I love that. I've been seeing updates on LinkedIn. Jade Sola, good to have you on the call as well. Okay, Grace. Miss K. Wow, wow. I can see the excitement of that. Okay. I've also missed everyone really, but I'm back. And I'll be taking throughout this week. Yes. Yeah, growth phase. I love that. All right. My name is BC Babayemi and I'm a product manager. So I'll be your instructor for tonight and for the remaining days of the week. I'll be the one teaching. So yeah. So let's dive in. So today I'll be taking you on a topic that is titled Agile Methodology. Agile Methodologies and Scrum framework. So that's what I'm taking for tonight's class. So I'm sure that in one way or the other you've heard what is Agile. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Yeah, good to have everyone on the call. Yeah, yes, yes, I'm happy to be here. Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you. Teach next week to Abeg. Oh my god. All right, Grace. All right, ladies. All right, ladies. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I feel honored and loved by everyone. I mean, this means a lot. Thank you so much, guys. All right. All right. All right. So, can anyone just summarize before we dive in fully, right? Can you just give me like a summary of what you've learned so far? You don't need to give me like an explicit. Just give me like a summary. We've learned this, we've learned this. You can just touch it. Let me just see what you've learned. Yeah, welcome back, Zero. Yeah. I hope you can all hear me. Yeah. So give me like a summary, what you've learned so far. Yeah, see you, BC, Miss K. Okay, oh, thank you. Design thinking, we've learned how to write our PRD. Wow, great. I love that. PRD. So, Ayomide, so what are the items on PRD? If we are writing a PRD, for example, what are the items we are writing the PRD? You say you've learned how to write PRD. Can you just list them? Design thinking process. Great. Joanna, great. Product roadmap, framework, Moscow and Rise. Amazing. Wow. Journey, user journey, PRD. You guys are already PM. I mean, what are you waiting for? Like you've learned a lot. So all you just need to just send out your CV. We were also taught a business model. Yeah, great. And what else? Am I supposed to be on this call? You've learned everything, guys. Problem statements. Okay. All right. Okay, we also learn how to prototype products using Figma. Wow. We also learn how to use Figma. Oh my god, you guys are balling. Okay. Marketing strategy. Prioritization framework, business canvas module. Oh my God, you've learned everything. I think we should just dive into building a product using those tools. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm good with the feedback. I'm glad that we are giving value. We are not just on the call wasting your time. We are learning, and I'm very, very proud of everyone. And I'm also seeing update on LinkedIn as well. So I'm glad that we're all in growth phase. Great. So now, moving on. So today, like I mentioned, that I'll be taking us through what we titled Agile Methodologies and Scrum Framework. Yeah, that's what I'll be taking us for today's class. So let's pay attention and let's write down our questions and as I proceed. All right. So when you hear the word agile, what comes to your mind? You know, people will just say you have to be agile, you have to be agile, you have to be agile. What comes to your mind? Okay, a proper PRD entails user stories that flow. That's correct. Well done, Ayumi. Okay, that's great. So now let's dive into this topic. When you hear the word agile, what comes to your mind? Be agile, be agile. What comes to your mind? I need responses on the chat box. What do you understand by the word agile? Why do we need agile? For something to be huge, strong, sprint, active. Great. There's no right or wrong answer. Just say it the way it is. We are all here to learn. Nobody is an island of knowledge. I can learn from you, you can learn from me. So just say that it's come agile. What does it mean? Agile. What does it mean? Agile. So I think I need to share my screen now. I might not be able to read comments once I start sharing. So be active, active sprint, firm and strong to be smart. Exactly. Be agile. Even as a woman, you need to be agile. You need to be strong. You need to be active. Exactly. Up and running. Exactly. Oh my God. Like, you guys are PM already, honestly. On top of your game. Brilliant. Okay. Strong. Yeah. Agile means to me, hope and doing. Brilliant. Good evening, Faith. Like, you guys are like, you're saying the right answers. Like, every response is 100%. Breaking project into smaller, manageable tasks. That's like fantastic. Like, everybody has already explained, defined what agile is. So, when it comes to products management, agile is a type of software development methodology that anticipates the need for flexibility, and it applies in a level of like a pragmatism to the delivery of a finished product. So I can say that Agile is a type of software methodology that anticipates the need for flexibility, right? In such a way that you don't need to just focus on, you just want to have the result, the result, the result. Do you understand? So it's giving for flexibility when you are working compared to waterfall. Do you understand? So let me take the definition again. That Agile is a type of software development, right? It is a type of software methodology that anticipates the need for flexibility, and it applies to a level that delivery of the products is going to like, it focuses on the clean delivery of an individual pieces or maybe parts of the software and not the entire applications. So it's not really focused on like you getting everything fixed, right? So it gives room for flexibility. All right. It helps the team, right, in an evolving landscape while maintaining like a focus on the efficient delivery. So it doesn't really focus on you. Oh, this is the end goal, but it focuses on ability to iterate, right? It focuses on ability for you to be able to like, okay, if we are working on this software and we notice in the process that this is not working well, okay, how can we make this work, right? Then you go back to your drawing board. So it's not like one way, like okay, this thing has to be worked on, right? This is what we want to achieve. This is the structure. This is what, no. There's room for flexibility. That was agile basically mean. If somebody should just ask you that, what is agile? What comes to your mind when somebody asks you that? Oh, compared to waterfall. If somebody is asking like now, what is waterfall? Waterfall is a linear way of structuring the procedures and processes in a software development product from requirement, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. So waterfall is just like this is what we want to do. For instance, we want to work on this pen, right? Okay, this is the process, this is the requirement. Oh yes, this is the design. Oh, this is the implementation, this is the verification, this is how like everything is well figured out. Doesn't make sense. I won't say it doesn't make sense, right? It depends on the products you are working on. It depends on the organization, the structure in place. But it is advisable that you have to be agile when you are working on any product so that you can always go back to your drawing board and see what you've done, what is wrong, what is that needs to be fixed. And all of these things will reduce costs, right? It will save you from premium CS. I mean, instead of you to have built a whole house and you now realize that the foundation is faulty, you break everything into pieces. Why? Something you can avoid because you'll be checking everything back to back, back to back, back to back, right? Because you will launch the MVP first, check, get feedback, and all of that. So that's why we advise that you should be agile in whatever products you are working on. I don't know if that explanation really do we all understand what agile is, or you want me to go back again? Do we know what agile is now? Yeah, a type of software that anticipates the use of flexibility. Exactly. So I want you to use the chat box if you've all understood what agile is. So so if I should ask you now, if you are working on any product, what would you go for? What would you go for? Are you going for waterfall that is just after results? Yeah, Agile. Thank you so much. So it's a project management approach that involves breaking the project into phases and emphasizing on continuous improvement. That's just you don't need to cram it. Very, very simple. Somebody asks you, oh, you call yourself a PM. What's the understanding about Agile? Just tell the person. Agile methodology is a project management approach that involves breaking your project into phases and emphasizing on what continuous improvement. It's very simple. Don't cram it, breaking all your breaking the phases into pieces. That's all. You don't have to build everything at once. That's just so you go for agile because it enables what flexibility. Do you understand? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. Then I'll see you once I'm done presenting. So enjoy, guys. Yeah, thank you. You can also get like a bottle of something chill beside you, maybe biscuit or something, so that it won't be very boring for you. Yeah. Share screen. Please confirm you can see my screen, ladies. How do I know if they can see my screen? Ooh. Can you see my screen? All right, thank you. So, so I said that what agile is a process, right, that allows a team to be more efficiently manage a project by breaking it down into several stages. Like I explained, I said agile methodology is a project management approach that involves breaking the project into phases and emphasizing what continuous improvement. So it's still the same, it's just that the English is not the same. It's a process that allows a team to be more efficiently manage a project by breaking it down into what several stages. I don't think we need to be here for too long because I think I've explained it. In software development, agile practices involve discovering your requirements and developing solutions through the collaborative efforts of self-organizing and cross-functional teams and their customers and their end users. Like before, Organization make use of waterfall, and from research it shows that waterfall is not even advisable for you to use when you're working on a project, right? And that's why they come up with an agile approach. And agile approach has really saved a lot of companies from, unnecessary drama and premium sales, like I mentioned. So in Agile, we have four Agile manifestos values that says that individuals and interactions over processes and tools. What does this mean is that when it comes to Agile, we know that there are processes that has to be followed. We know there are tools. But when it comes to Agile, there are times that, there might be network downtime that maybe one of your team member is maybe sick, or maybe something might just happen, but the work has to what? Has to go on. Or maybe, God forbid, maybe you lost a particular, one of your team members, and will you not say that, okay, because this happened? No. So, do you understand? So, Agile, says that they prefer individuals and interaction over processes and tools. You can easily chat to your colleagues, hi, what's up? Yeah, I'm working on this task and this, and that. You can interact with your team members. You don't have to be too, do you get like, oh, yes, we know that if you want to, like, I'm not saying that you should not follow procedure, but Agile is so flexible that you can be flexible enough to even skip some things, right? So Agile is saying that okay, individuals and interactions over processes and tools, right? You can be, that if you want to work on a product, for example, you need to prepare your PRD. And if you are preparing your PRD, some of the items that we have on the PRD, you have your problem statement, you have your solutions, you have your features, you have your acceptance criteria, you have your user stories, you have your user flow, you have, you know, lots of items that you need to have. That you have your prioritization model, you have a lot that has to be on your priority. And there are times that you might be working on a product and you realize that when your design guys they're beginning to design, they'll realize that there's something that we have to add. Oh. There's this, there's that. Do you get? So you're not like saying no, we cannot do this because it's a structure. We have a structure in place. Do you understand? The interaction, we should try as much as possible to interact with our colleagues. So Agile prioritize interactions with individual over processes and tools, because at times that you might want to use Jira, you might want to use Notion, and there is network downtime. You don't ask it because Jira and Notion is not working, you will stop working. Do you get? You will not stop working. You have to think of a way out. Like a colleague was sharing with me that they were building a product and there was downtime, a lot of things were just happening. Do you know the whole thing was done on the, oh yeah, do it this way. All right, this code, do it this way. This, it was just explaining, and before you know it, do you get? So it's so flexible enough. Agile also says that, okay, prefers working software over comprehensive documentation. It's not saying that you should not document your plan. You should not document what you are working on, right? I mean, as a product manager, it's expected that you document all your what you are working on. But regardless, too, we're after what working software. The software has to work, right? At least the software has to work in such a way that okay, this is what we want to achieve, right? Based on the information that we have, right? We can still do this. So Agile is saying that a large amount of time that we are spending on documentation, documenting the product throughout development for delivery, that the list of documented requirements might be lengthy and can cause a long delays in the development process. So Agile does not eliminate the use of documentation, but it streamlines it in a way that provides the developer with only the information that is needed to do the work, such as user stories. Do you understand? So the Agile manifesto continue to place value on the process of documentation, but it places higher value in a working software. If you look at all these dev guys, they don't like reading. I'm sorry, they don't like reading that much. And you as a product manager, you wrote about maybe like 5 pages, and you expect them to write. So even when you are prioritizing your features, you are expected, right, only focus on the ones that are important. And that's why you need to prioritize your features so that your parents will not be too bulky that they will not be able to read. They are afterwards working software. I don't know if I'm communicating. I cannot see your chat box, but I'm sure that we're all listening. That's what Agile Manifesto is saying. But also customer collaboration. Agile says that collaboration instead of contract negotiation. Do you get? What does that mean is that Agile focus on collaboration between the customer and the project manager rather than negotiation between the two. They need to work out the details of delivery. So collaborating with the customer means that they are included throughout the entire development process, not just at the beginning, at the end. You understand? And this is why it is important that we launch the MVP, right? And we hear from our customers. Even while we are still working on the products, there is need for us to always interact with our customers in the process, right? It's not even until when we finish. That's what Ajay is saying, that collaborating with the customer means that they are included throughout the entire development process, not just at the beginning and the end. Do you understand? So by making it so easy for your entire teams to meet the needs of their customers. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Do you understand? So at every intervals, right, you need to carry out, you need to you need to carry your customers along. You need to interact with your teams daily. You need to attend all meetings and ensure that your products meet the desires of the product every day. And how do you know? Through interaction, right? So it is your team that, okay, we want to work on this, right? What is the customer saying about this product? It's not about just the contracts negotiation that you have. It's about you collaborating with your customers. I don't know if that explanation makes sense to you. Do you understand? So, and responding to change. I think I've explained this responding to change, right? You know, traditional software development, right, used to avoid change because it was considered like an undesired expense. So agile eliminates these ideas. I don't even understand. So the short iterations in the agile cycle, right, it allows changes to be easily made by helping the team to modify the process to the best fit, right, of their needs rather than the other way around. Do you understand? So Agile believes in changes. Change is always a way to improve the project and provide additional value. So don't just go for waterfall. We all know that waterfall is a linear approach. But when you're agile, you have the opportunity to always go back to your drawing board. Oh, this is what we want to do, right? Okay, let's hear from our customers. Is it really what they wanted, right? It's very, very easy. They respond to change. Because they are what? They want to get feedback. Like I always say that to avoid premium tiers, just be agile, right? Be agile. Because if you fail to be agile, you have to the money you're going to spend in double folds, right? I'm going to take us through how to use um, Notion tomorrow. If we have enough time, I'll also teach how to use Jira. But it depends on the time. If the timing is enough for us, I'll teach us how to use Notion and Jira tomorrow, so that it will not just be me explaining, but I think we learn faster when we are practicalizing what we are teaching. Yeah. So I believe we all understood what this Agile Manifesto is saying. Please, if you understand, you can just use the chat box to communicate that to me that you understand what I'm teaching. I'm not just making noise here. So that's it about the manifesto values about Agile. So we have four. Make sure you cram these things. If you can cram, you cram, because there are some interviews you go for and they will ask you what are the four agile manifesto values. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to changes over following a plan. That's just it. And you can explain this one. You don't have to make it very lengthy the way I'm explaining. You can make your own very, very simple. You don't have to. Do you understand? But it's something you must know as a PM. So now we're also moving towards the 12 Agile principles, right? So the Agile Manifesto also outline like 12 core principles for the development process, and they're as follows. So the first thing is customer satisfaction. I don't know if you can see my slide, or better still, let me make it wider so that you can see it. All right, I think it's easy for you to see it now. Okay. All right. So we have customer satisfaction. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Do you understand? So Agile is focused on customer satisfaction. Do you understand? They want to to develop a kind of product that customers will be satisfied about. Its users experience will be awesome. It's not just about this is the structure, this is what we want to do. We don't care whatever, but we've done our research and this and that. But at the same time, even after they had actually done their research, they still feel that there is need for us to know that this product is really working as planned, right? Aside from as planned, but we're able to know that our customers are deriving that value. Because it's not that a customer wants to give. Do you think customers are happy to give you their money? They are giving you money because of the value they are rendering. If you are not giving out any value, who cares? Always have that at the back of your mind that customers are not giving you money because your company is this or that. They are giving you money because they are getting value from you. So customer satisfaction is one of the highest priority, to satisfy the customer from early and continuous delivery of what valuable software. Then number two, Agile also embraces changes, even late in development. Agile processes changes for customers' competitive advantage. Like I said earlier on, that when you are using Agile, it gives room for changes because they are they've already broken everything down. If you are working on any product, we expect you have a lot of features, right? But you can't work on all of these features at once. In fact, it will be too much for your users. It's a new product. Even for them to be navigating on your products, maybe they want this too much, the features are too much. Why not do it bit by bit, right? And once they get themselves familiar with it, and you continue be adding up, updating, just like what WhatsApp is doing. Do you understand? So that's what Agile is saying. Agile embraces what? Changes. It breaks big work into what? Into smaller tasks, but can be completed quickly, but it will still break it. Break it. Do you understand? So the third one, deliver working software frequently from couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference for a shorter landscape time skills. So by the time I explain when we work on tomorrow on either Notion, it depends on the time, right? I'm going to explain how all of these things will be working, how we're creating sprints and all of that. Because you cannot really work on everything at once. You have to break them into sprints and all, right? So it also helps you also to do what? To be able to break down your tasks into smaller what's it called? Into smaller phases, right? So number four, the fourth agile principle also says that collaboration between business people and developers to work together throughout the project. Basically, even as a product manager, like I was saying in my first class, then that collaboration is like you don't have a choice, right? Agile is saying that there must be collaboration between business people and developers, or even your stakeholders, everybody. Agile is saying that you have to like work with everybody. You cannot do it alone, right? And I'm sure that now that everybody is in growth phase, I'm sure that you'll be able to you've learned a lot already now, and you also worked on yourself, and it's not really going to be an issue for you to collaborate with your team members. I'm very sure because people that are responding to me this evening, I can see they are PMs already. They just want to finish and start, because the response I'm getting, well, I'm happy. So collaboration between business people and developers is also one of the agile principles that they are also talking about. And also build projects around motivated individuals with the environment and support, right, they need and trust them to get the job done. Do you understand? So agile principle is saying that you should be able to motivate, your team members. Do you understand? I think there's this book. Is it authority influencing without being authoritative or something? I can't remember the title of the book, right? Whereby people can really work for you. You don't even need to start screaming on them. You don't need to start shouting. But if you make them feel like wow, loved and all of that, they will even there's difference between you just working for the money you are being paid, and then another thing you are working because you are passionate about something. It's two different games. But when people are working for you and they are motivated, they will go extra miles to make sure that that work they get it done. If a colleague tells you, "I don't have network," yes, she doesn't have network. Why do you expect us to get network? But a colleague can go extra mile. Oh, I don't have network on my MTN. Let me try to subscribe on my Glow. Oh, my Glow is not working. Let me try to subscribe on my Airtel. Do you understand? They are going extreme. But if they are just working based on the money you're paying, or maybe they don't feel you did get, I don't have network and I don't have network. I don't. In fact, they will even go to the extent of you can see there's no network. Do you get? Even there are some that even work on a weekend. Normally, they're not supposed to work on a weekend, but because of the passion they have, and because you've treated them, they feel loved, they feel motivated, they will get your job done. So, as a product manager, also, one of the things that Agile is telling us is that don't just be too, I'm the boss, I'm the minister, excuse me. They will not listen to you. That's what Adia is saying. Build products around motivated individuals, giving them the environment and support that they need. And you should also trust them to get the job done. You know, it's not that you now be telling your team members that see this product that you're working on. I can do it though. I did product design service because I don't get certificate. Like, what's the meaning of that? Why would you say that to them? And then if you know that you did product design, then why not take up product design role? Why PM? Because we product manager we are fond of that kind of negative comment. I will not lie to you. I think I've said something like that. I will not lie. I've said it before. I was telling one of my I was telling one of my designer that what are you doing? I can do what you're doing. I learned it. Like, it's just that I don't those are not words that will encourage me. You don't say that. It's not cool at all. Even if you know it, you still act like you don't know. Do you understand? I don't want to dive into that, but even if you know, act like you don't know. Do you understand? Even if you want to tell them you know, there's a way you just tell them, guy, no now. This like this. Just don't tell them that I can do what you are doing. No. Doesn't make sense. Do you understand? So that's about that. So Agile is also saying that the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. At times, people can be talking to you, if you are not seeing their expression, rather, you might not really be able to understand how they are feeling, right? But Agile says that give room for face-to-face conversation, and that's when you're having your 15 minute stand up. It's expected that you do your morning stand up, right? There's always a stand up meeting every morning where everybody will talk. You stand. It depends if you are working, even if you are working remotely, you can either do video and all of that. But if it's on site, you can see yourself. But it is expected that you should see yourself face to face conversation. What's up? How are you doing? What are the challenges you are facing? What are the roadblocks? What have you done? What are you left to do? All of those things you discuss it. So you can see the person. If the person is sad, you know. If the person is not happy, you will know. It's not that, do you understand? So Agile is saying that okay, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information is through what face to face. Let's talk. Do you understand? Yeah. So Agile says that working software is primary measure of progress. It's not that you have all the features, pocky, right? But Agile is saying that working software, even if you have your limited features on it, but at least you're able to test your idea. Do you understand? That's what Agile is saying. And the eighth one is saying agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users to be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. As they are working, developers are building, the design team are also working. Do you understand? So everybody is working at their own pace. So agile is saying all of these things. And these are the principles that guide what agile methodology. I don't know if I'm making sense. So number 9, continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility, and that is why the design guys, there's something they call lo-fi, high fidelity, high prototyping, lo-fi, and all of those things. Why do you think we are doing all of those things? Is it not because we want to get the best design, right? We first of all do your wireframe, your low file, your low fidelity, and all of that. Then you do your high file, your high fidelity prototyping. or because you want to get the design you're looking for. So these are the things, all these things, all these processes you are, you know, you're engaging on is agile process, right? Because basically you can just decide to like, okay, I want to build an app. Oh. You just go on internet, look for a similar app, send it to one designer. Oh yeah, this is what I want to build. So I don't know, just do it this way. But agile principle is saying that there are procedure, right? Do you understand? It gives room for continuous attention. You do it this way, right? Okay, let's see the first one. Let's test it. Okay, is it okay? Let's do this. Is it okay? And do you understand? So that's basically what agile is saying. Simplicity also, the act of maximizing the amount of time. The act of maximizing the amount of work not done is very essential, right? It gives room for simplicity in such a way that you can really track your progress. For instance, I love Notion so much that when you just assign your tasks on Notion like this, you put your what's it called, your time, your dates, you assign the tasks. As soon as the person is unable to meet up with the task, you will definitely know, because it's going to notify you or something. Or you can even do it. It depends on the setting, anyways. So it's so simple that you write out all your features or your backlog, right? You write all of it on your backlog. You move it to do progress done. Very simple, no stress. Yeah, don't worry, I will teach you that tomorrow. So number 11 rather. So it's also, the best architecture requirement and design is emerged from self-organizing team. Actually, it's talking about working as a team as well. So when you work as a team as well, you can get all of these things done. The best architectures, the requirement, the design is emerged from an organized team. When everybody is working together as a team, that's when you can get the best from your team members. And the last one says that the team discusses how to become more effective at regular intervals, then tune and they adjust its behaviors accordingly. So what I'm saying is that all of these stories, one key word is what collaboration. If you follow from the beginning to this and you understand that one thing Agile methodology is just saying is that you need to work together as a team for you to achieve success, right? And you need to be able to like break tasks into even in your personal life. I believe that every one of us now, this is 2024, and we all have what we want to achieve when we started the year, right? I hope when you are writing, are you agile in your approach, or you just want to like, I want to be, I want to buy a car, get married, travel out of the country. I want to do this, I want to do that. Without having to like, okay, I want to do this. Okay. Did you break those tasks into pieces? Oh yes, I want to get my masters. Okay. Let me first of all do this. Let me first of all do this. Or you just want to do everything. And you know the funniest thing, if you fail to break all of these tasks into pieces, it's not like you might not be able to do any of those things because you'll be confused. You will just be confused. Okay, like now you are learning product management. You want to learn product design. You want to learn backend. You want to learn front end. You want to know everything. You are not agile. Tell your neighbor, you are not agile. So an agile approach is okay. First thing, I want to know the basic. I want to know what PM, what is product management? What are the basic things I need to know about PM? Okay, these are the basic things I need to know. Okay, this, and that. You are agile. Oh, what are the tools that are very important that I need to learn? We have so many tools that we can use as a product manager. We have Notion, we have Jira, we have Whipsical, we have so many tools that we can use. Okay, I need to be agile. Okay, let me first of all learn how to use Notion. Oh, let me first of all learn how to use Jira. No, I want to learn everything. I want to know everything. You will not know it. That's the truth. So whatever decision you are making, you need to at least just be agile. Be agile, bit by bit. All right. That's what I'm saying. So it's not just about being a PM, even at your personal life. So if you've set your 2024 life goals, please go back. You still have how many months left? We still have 4 months. Go back. If you want to write your masters, okay. Okay, let me first of all do this. Set a a kind of target that is realistic. Don't deceive yourself. Even if you want to deceive with the whole world, cannot deceive yourself now. Do you understand? So in whatever decision you are making, be agile. I think I've explained that enough. Let's move, let's proceed. So when do we need to use agile project management? Any project that involves or does not have a clear scope. When to use agile project management? Okay. When you need to use it is when you are working on a project that you know that it will evolve eventually and does not have a clear scope and requirement at the start. That is when you need to use agile because you are not really setting, right? But not that you're not really setting, but you know that there will be need for you to evolve. If you don't want to find yourself in decline phase, yes. So a product has to evolve eventually. It cannot be on the same stage. So you need to use agile. Yes, you need to use agile in every phase. You need to use agile. Do you understand? So number two, organizations that work in a fast-changing environment, you need to use agile, such as technology. We all know that technology, AI has really been doing a lot for us now. So you don't have a choice. You need to use agile. So another thing also is that organizations that need to work closely with their customers and their external parties throughout the life of the project, you need to use agile. Companies that emphasize on process and product improvement and are constantly looking to innovate, agile. Projects with many interdependent tasks where the team needs to work closely and frequently communicate to ensure success, you need to use agile. Companies that need to create prototyping before building. So basically, you need to use agile. There is no product that you want to work on that you don't need to use agile. Project that requires rapid feedback from your stakeholders about each product iteration before moving to the next version or draft. I hope I'm not too fast. You need to use agile. So there is no product that you want to work with, my ladies, that you will not have to use agile. You have to. You have to use agile. You really need to use agile. So when are you not expected to use agile? When the outcome of your project is stable and well understood, you don't need to use agile. When your project must produce a repeatable deliverables, you don't need to use agile. When your stakeholders don't, though there are some stakeholders that don't want you to use agile. Maybe your boss doesn't want you to use agile. He said you should use waterfall. But make sure that everything is documented. Though. It's not that when you are done and your boss is not saying, why didn't you tell me about why didn't you convince me? Why didn't you do this? Please, when he's talking, just look for a document, just sign. Not that when you're not done, you're not telling me story, please. I don't have time for stories, right? Because I mentioned it when we started this project and you said no. So do you understand? If your company cannot support agile, fine. But everything has to be what? Documented. So quiz. So let's use the chat box. What makes a product agile? What makes a product agile? What makes a product agile? I'm listening. Oh. What makes a product agile? You can use the chat box. Is it one, it is dependent on microservices? Is it two, agile consumes more time? Is it C, the process is broken down into different phases? Or none of the above? What's the answer? What makes agile different to waterfall? I'm sure we've dropped the answer there, but I cannot see it. Okay. I'm going to check the answers when I'm done sharing my screen. So the answer to this question is what? What makes agile different to waterfall is because the process is broken down into what different phases. Do you understand? Agile does not consume any time. Agile it is dependent on microservices. What makes agile different is because the process is broken down into different phases. That is the uniqueness about agile. Do you understand? So that's it about that. So examples of agile methodology, we have the agile scrum methodology, we have the lean software development, we have Canva, we have extreme programming, we have crystal dynamic system development methods, we have feature driven development. But we are just focused on agile scrum methodology and Canva. That's just our focus. We are focused on these two, this agile and Canva for our classes. Yeah. So moving on to Scrum teams. So all of this thing will be very easy when we practicalize it because I know theory might not really, but when we practicalize all of this, but at least you need to have an understanding of what you want to do. You have to be agile in your approach. So Scrum team terms. An introduction to Scrum teams will not be complete without you knowing the Scrum terms that you'll be using. So this section in the Scrum overview, we discuss common concepts in Scrum. Do you understand? Scrum team is a typical Scrum team that has between 5 and 9 people. But Scrum projects can easily scale into the 100. It depends, right? However, Scrum can easily be used by one person, teams, and often is. This team does not include any of the traditional software. We have the engineer roles such as programmer, design, testers, we have the architects. Do you understand? So everybody on the team, that's, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Scrum teams. So you have people working as a programmer, you have the designer, you have the testers, you have the architectures, architect, archi on board that you're working with. So everybody on the project, they work together to complete the set of work that they are collectively committed to complete within a sprint. Do you understand? So we are all in this together. That's what Scrum team is all about. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I don't even let me even check if we have question. Let me check if we have question. Um okay, I'll share my I want to see if there's any question here. The process is breaking down. Oh, my laptop is about to go off. I need to plug it. Okay, it's charging. Can anyone hear me? Yes. So, do we have any question before I proceed? Following, thank you. I want to know because I can't see my chat book. Am I are you getting any value from tonight's class? I'm just reading stories. Is it possible to start with waterfall and go back to agile? But you know that if you are going back to agile, you know that that's like double. How do I say it? Yeah, but I just feel like it's not wise, but I think it's possible. But you just have to like break it again. You have to start from the scratch. Yes. So why going through that route when you can avoid it? Do you understand? So the process exactly. You don't have to use the waterfall first. You now go back to. I just feel like it's something you can avoid really. Do we have any other question? I think everybody, I said it, everybody on this call, we are PMs already. Let's just go and send out our portfolio and start, getting gigs. Is there any question, ladies? Yeah. Do we have any question? No, no question. Okay. All right. Then let's move on. No question. I said it's everybody's a PM. We are PMs. Let us. So, so this is just it, right? Uh, so how does Scrum works? All the players literally put their heads together. When it comes to software development, a Scrum can be characterized by developers. They put their heads together to address complex problems. So it's not that maybe it's just one person, everybody will come together, right? So Scrum software development starts with a rich list of features, a product backlog. It contains all your features that you're working on. Then the team will meet together. They will discuss the backlog, what still needs to be completed, and how long it will take. Do you understand? So all of these things you understand better when we are working on the practical aspects, the product backlog, all of those features, your epics, your user story, and all of those things. Everything will be stated in tomorrow's class. Just make sure that you don't miss tomorrow's class because tomorrow is going to be practical class for us. So get ready. And I'm going to tell you the app you're going to download so that tomorrow you won't have to be having difficulties in downloading those apps. So I'm going to send that to you what you're going to do. So you have to prepare. So tomorrow you're just diving into it straight out. Do you understand? So the backlog, what still needs to be completed, how long it will take. So those are the things you discuss when you're working as a Scrum team. So Scrum relies on an agile software development concept called what sprints. And sprints are a period of time where your software development is actually done. It depends sprints. Maybe you might decide to have like 3 sprints. It depends on what you are working with your team. A sprint usually lasts for from week to 1 month to complete an item from the backlog. But the goal of each sprint is for you to be able to create a sellable product, right? So each sprint ends with a sprint review, right? And then the team will now choose another piece of backlog to develop. Okay, we've done this. Okay, let's move to the next one. We will start with a new sprint. We are done. So sprints will continue until the project deadline or the project budget is sprints. Do you understand? So you might not really understand what I'm saying, kind of, but when you are practicalizing those things, you will understand better. So in your daily scrum, teams will meet to discuss their progress since the previous meetings. They make plans for that day. The meeting should be no longer than 15 minutes. That is what is expected. And each team members they are needed to be present and prepared. And the Scrum Master will keep the team focused on the goal. We have a Scrum Masters, and we have some organizations that is the project manager that will working as the Scrum Master, the everything. Like me, do we have some organizations like that? They don't have Scrum Master. They don't have one. It's only PM that they have, and it's PM that will do everything for them. So if you happen to be one of those people that you're employed to be all of that, best of luck to you. Don't worry, God will help you. God will help you. So these are just the life cycle of Scrum. So like I explained, a sprint is a time box of 1 month or less. It depends. A new sprint will start immediately after you complete one. If you are working on Jira now, you say, "Oh, don't worry, tomorrow you can see it now. It all started. If you look at this diagram, we have is your sprints. Some might take like 2 weeks, some might take 1 month. It depends. The product will be assigned to the sprints, your sprint backlog. You start your planning meetings. This is your product backlog here. This is your sprint retrospective. After this review, then you release. Starting here, can you see? So, but when I'm explaining it on the board, I think you understand this better. So a sprint is a time box of 1 month or less, and a new sprint can start immediately. It depends on your organization and it depends on the products you are working on. So when the product is completed, then it goes to your release stage. That's what you're saying here. Then sprint review. If the product still have some non-achievable features there, will be checked in this stage, and then the product is passed to the what to the sprint retrospective. Can you see from sprint retrospective here? Then in this stage, quality or status of the product is checked. That's the sprint retrospective that you are seeing. Then the sprint backlog is divided into two parts. That's products assign features to sprint and sprint planning meetings. I mean, the whole thing might just sound like what is she saying? What is she saying? We don't know what she's talking about. But you can only understand this when you are, when you are practicalizing all of those things. Do you understand? So we have the sprint planning meetings. And at the start of each sprint, a sprint planning meeting is held during which the product owner represents the top items of the product backlog to the team. So the Scrum team will select the work they can complete during coming sprint. Okay, that work is then moved from your product backlog to a sprint backlog. Do you understand? So you move it from your product, you select it to your sprint backlog. So there will be like a product backlog where it has all your features. You just move them. Okay, this is the sprint. You move them a list of tasks that you needed to complete, the product backlog items that the team has committed to complete in that sprint. So you move them from your there's a way you do it. You move it from your backlog, you move it to your backlog. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it might if you are hearing for the first time. But I know that we have some people on the call that they are even practicing already. They just needed to get more knowledge. Not that they don't know. They know all of these things. They just want to like, okay, let's see if we can learn something different to what we know. And we also have someone they call that they don't even know. They've never heard this before. Do you understand? So, but when we practicalize it, I am sure that you will understand better. So the next one is daily scrum. Each day during the sprint, there's a brief meeting that we call daily scrum. It's always conducted, right? And this meeting will help you to set the context for each day's work and help the team stay on track. All the team members are required to attend the daily scrum. So most times this meeting is no more than 15 minutes. Basically, it's not going to last more than 15 minutes. And what do we discuss? It's just for us like, oh, what have you done? What what are the roadblocks and what do you want to do today? Do you understand? Every morning. There's also sprint review meetings at the end of each sprint too. The team will have to like demonstrate. You see all these things. You need to know these things because there are times that you go for an interview. They will ask you, okay, tell me how does Scrum works? Tell us the step by step. What's the first thing? They will ask you, what are the life cycle of a Scrum? What do you understand? What and all of these things you need to know it. All right, and you need to know it. Okay, and you need to do your sprint planning meetings. At the start of each sprint, a meeting has to be held. Okay, during which the product owner will represent the top items of the product backlog to the team. They will select the work that can complete during the backlog to the team. All of those things you need to know it. You need to speak about them. But if you are lucky enough to have a scrum master, glory be to God. But if you don't have, you do everything as a PM. Do you understand? So your daily scrum is essential. You have to do it every day. You need to get feedback from your team members. It has to be very brief meetings every morning. It depends. Some people have their meetings. It depends on when you want to have a meeting. And also there has to be sprint review meetings. At the end of when you are done with your first sprint, your second sprint, at each sprint that you've completed, you are expected to have a meeting. It's going to help you demonstrate the functionalities of the sprint review meetings, during which the team will show that, oh, this is what we're able to accomplish. It takes the form of a demonstrations of the new features. But in an informal, for example, PowerPoint slides are not allowed. The meeting must not become a task in itself, and it must not be a distraction from the process. Do you understand? So it has to be very face like it does not need to take the whole of the day just because you're trying to review. Do you understand? It has to be very something that's very fast as much as possible, just to review. Okay, this is what we've done, this, and that. Every sprint that you're done with. Then there's also we call sprint retrospective. Also, at the end of each sprint, the team will also conduct what a sprint retrospective, which is a meeting during which the meeting, including the scrum masters and the product owners, they will reflect on how well their Scrum is working for them and what changes they may wish to make for or to work even better. You know, if you are working with a team and you're not welcoming ideas, you're not welcoming ideas, you're not listening to your team members. I mean, you cannot grow basically. So there is something we got sprint retrospective. You still need to like, okay, guys, this is what we're able to do. Okay, in what way do you think we can also do this better? I can tell you that idea comes when even there are some things we say that we don't know we even have those things in our head. But because you're in that environment, you start thinking, oh, we did this. Why not try it this way? Do this, do that, and all of that. So there's need for you to like, okay, you know, to discuss all of these things. You retrospect, you think. on how you can make things faster and better. So each of the Scrum terms has its own page within the Scrum section. So be sure to check out all the pages in the navigation and all of that. So by the time you are creating this, you understand better all of those things. I don't know if I'm making sense. I think um, all of these ones. So do we have any question, ladies? Or am I just reading? Let me check the comment section. Guys, I want to check if I'm not just reading. Am I making sense, ladies? I was supposed to go for a break by 8 o'clock. Oh my god. Jade is crying. Why are you crying? Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions, ladies? I hope I'm not just reading. I'm not just reading. I hope I'm not just reading. Am I giving, like, are you getting any value, guys? I cannot even read any. Nobody's dropping. Okay, it's kind of fast. I'm sorry. I just got this 804. Okay, I'll reduce it. Chuku favor. What's the challenge? What's it? You guys said I'm too fast. Okay, I'm going to reduce that. Sorry, I'm going to attend to all the questions. I'm getting confused. Oh. Ha, no, I don't like that. I'm going to address all the questions, guys. Oh no. This topic is kind of technical. It's more practical, right? So it's something that has to be practiced. It doesn't even have to be defined all of it. But you have to understand the theoretical aspect before we dive into it fully. So I understand if it's sounding somehow I can relate. Okay, I think we need to go on a short break, ladies. Then, because I so that no, I'll attend to all questions when we are back. All right. I think I need to address the questions here. Everybody, like, the feedback I'm getting is not really encouraging. So I think I need to. Okay. Somebody says I should explain the difference between Agile and Scrum in a layman's language. Okay. Agile is a methodology, is a kind of methodology that emphasizes on iterative development. Do you understand? I mean, customers' collaboration and responsiveness to change. Do you understand? We can say that Agile is like an umbrella, and Scrum is one of the tools that is under it. I don't know if you do you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Agile is a methodology that emphasizes an iterative development, customers collaboration, and responsiveness to change. That's agile methodology. Then Scrum is like a specific framework within the agile methodology that it provides like a structured approach for you to manage and deliver your product, your projects. Do you understand? Is under Agile. Agile is a methodology framework. So Scrum is under it. So it's a specific framework within the Agile methodology. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it gives you like an approach that you can use in managing and delivering those projects. But Agile is that method, that framework that I don't know. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Because the feedback I'm getting, you're like you don't understand it. I want to hear your feedback, ladies. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? I can't get anything on the chat box. Somebody is asking, can somebody explain the Scrum in a layman? Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? Glory. When we get into the technical aspect of it, it just sound like what I don't understand what you're saying. I want not yet. Okay, John say yes. Oluwabusola, you don't understand how do I explain this. You don't understand. Oluwabusola, what is it that you don't understand? You don't know what agile is, or you don't understand what Scrum is. What exactly is it that you don't understand, Oluwabusola? We still have much time, so at least the goal is for you to understand, even if you cannot finish the slide, but you have to understand. Oluwabusola, can you ask your question? What exactly? Do you all understand what agile methodology is? Okay, you don't understand the Scrum approach. All right, but do you understand agile? What is agile? Okay, you understand what agile is, but you don't understand what Scrum is. Okay, you understand agile. I'm happy you understand that, but you don't know what Scrum is. Okay, Scrum is under agile. I mean, Scrum is a specific framework, right? That is within the agile methodology. It's just going to provide you like a structured approach. Okay, this is the step by step for you managing and delivering your projects with the roles, with the events, with the like. It's just give you like, first of all, we have to do this. We do this sprint meeting, review, retrospective, and all of those things. It's going to give you like a structured approach for you managing and delivering your projects. That's just what Scrum is basically saying. And Scrum is still, they work interchangeably. They are closely related, Agile and Scrum, just that they have distinct roles. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or should we go back to this slide? We should start all over. Okay, let me check other questions. Let me take the questions from the beginning, so I will not miss any questions. Jade, Jade, why are you crying? Just drop your question. Okay, I think the first question here is the first question here is I think the first question is I heard lean approach is better than Canva. Is this true? Lean approach is I heard lean approach is better than Canva. Lean provides a kind of mindset that kicks against waste physically. That's what lean is actually doing. The focus of lean, even from the word lean, is for you to eliminate waste as well as they are trying to maximize your value. Do you understand? So it also involves various practices and tools, including Canva. You all know that it's actually a tool, right? So lean Canva is like a specific method within the lean framework. It's like a visual system to manage your workflow and identify bottleneck. Do you understand? But the lean approach it focuses on you. It's a framework that helps you to focus on using a limited resources for you to get the your actual ideas to come to reality from the word lean. So it's focused on you eliminating waste. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, with this limited resources, we can get this done. But why Canva? Canva is just a method. Do you understand? A method within the lean framework for you to visualize and help your team to manage their workflow. Do you understand? I don't know if that answered your question. And also, it depends on the context you're trying to say. It depends on the context of what you're trying to do, really. But they are two different things, basically, but they work together, kind of. This one is it's kind of technical. Everybody's saying, oh my God, you say we would have a practical section. Is it on our phone or PC? It's going to be on your PC, really. It can't be on your phone. And I still need to discuss with management and see how this is going to work because it's actually practical. I'm sure that if we are practicalizing all these things we are saying, you have clarity on what I'm explaining. What is the relationship between agile methodology and road mapping? We all know what road mapping is now. Agile methodology is, ability for you to be able to what I just explained to us now, for you to be able to break out your project, your tasks, into different phases. That is what agile methodology is. And road mapping is okay for you to okay, these are the things I want to achieve. Set up a life plan. This is what you want to do. So it's different. Agile and road mapping is different. Road mapping is okay, this is what we are development team, design team, this is what we are going to when we say something is a roadmap, like a guide, this is what I want to achieve this by so months we are achieving this, we are achieving that. I don't know if that answered your question. Whatever I say is kind of fast. Oh my God, I don't like this people. I think I'm too fast. I'm also getting confused. Is it that Scrum is an aspect of Agile? That whatever we are doing in Scrum must follow the Agile methodology. Oh God. Okay. Do you guys now understand what Agile and Scrum is now? Do you understand? I'm going to share a link for us maybe later on the general channel. So some videos that can also help you also to understand better. Maybe if with that also you have better understanding about it. and it's kind of technical. Okay, I don't understand the Scrum approach at all. Well done, but it seems that you are just brushing through them name. So maybe we need to please kindly slow down. I will slow down. Scrum is an agile framework. And Oluwasola Kende have Joanna has already answered Oluwasola. Scrum is one of the most popular framework that you can use to implement agile principles. So, I mean, I'll just advise that ladies, we can also read, let's read as well online and let's get better understanding about it really. But for those of us that are just hearing agile and scrum for the first time, I can understand that it might sound like what is she saying? Do you understand? So so let's try as much as well to also try to watch videos on YouTube. Let's try as much as well to also read about it. So once you now read and you still don't get the clarity about it, then let's move on. You are too fast actually. It's just that it is not quite clear to a lot of us right now. But I believe in people with this. Oh, I didn't know I was too fast. I was not reading the comment section. If I had known, I would have slowed down a bit. I apologize for that, ladies. So, do we now all understand based on my explanation? Do we understand now? Can we proceed with this? All right, thank you, Christian. So, let's quickly wrap up. Can you guys see my screen? I'm trying to, it's not coming. Can anyone see my screen? No one. You were not so fast. Somebody said I'm not so fast. He said I'm so fast. Actually, I didn't know I was fast. I was not checking the message because I was sharing screen. I was slow down a bit. Okay. Okay, let me try to share my screen now and see if it's going to work. Please confirm you can see. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now? Okay. I understand why the whole thing seems to be kind of because it's becoming technical and all of these things you are explaining, it has to be practical basically. So it's something that we're supposed to be working on and okay, this is what you do it this way, you do it that way. So theory might not really, but I will also suggest that let's try to also watch videos as well. Let's watch videos online on YouTube and let's read on it. I'm sure with that also it's also for those that are just hearing Scrum Agile for the first time. Because as a product manager, I mean those are one of the important things they will ask you. You can ask me some certain questions. What does it mean to be agile? Can you work agile? What does it mean to build a Scrum team? And all of those questions they will ask you. So all of those things we have to know it. I mean, when you go through this slide again, you can, So if you now go through it and you don't have clarity, you can always send a chat on the general channel. I'll respond to it for more clarity. So yeah. So what are the benefits of Agile Scrum methodologies? Here are some of the collective benefits of Agile Scrum methodology for flexibility and adaptability, which I mentioned, creativities and innovations. It also helps to lower your cost for quality improvements, for organizational synergies, for employee satisfaction, and also for customer satisfaction as well, basically. So that's one of the benefits of Agile Scrum methodology. I don't know if that's clear. Exactly. So these are part of the benefits of Agile Scrum methodology. Why it's very, very, very important for you to make do of this. Do you understand? It lowers your cost, it helps you to improve your qualities, and also enables organizational synergies, employee satisfaction, and customer satisfaction. So these are just basic things that we're expected to know, right? So, and what are the disadvantages of Scrum? There's danger of scope creep if stakeholders keep additional functionality to their backlog. It's not when you've started and you now realize that, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that, and all of those things, when you've already created your sprint and all, right? So this could be encouraged by the fixed deadline. Once you've already fixed your sprint, right? That's you started your sprint already. You now want to like add another feature on it. When you started your sprint already, it's not advisable. So the second one is Scrum works best with small teams of experienced software developers. They need to be able to like work quickly. And also Scrum teams do not work well when the Scrum Master micromanages their work. And losing any team members can actually halt the progress of the projects. So I don't think that it's all for tonight. So let's now come and be addressing questions back to back. So when we are responding to questions, we can also have more clarity because I think that's all I have for tonight. Or do you want me to take this from this like from scratch again? Maybe we can have better clarity on it. That's all. You've not been seeing my screen. Ah, are you serious? You've not been seeing my screen. Let me share it again. Ah, no, I will share it again. I have to share it again. Let me see. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Please confirm you can see my screen first. Yes, we can. Perfect. Okay. Mama said thank you slightly. The screen is all up. Okay, you can see my screen. All right. All right. So Please confirm you can see my screen, guys. Because I cannot really get the charts this thing. I hope you can see. Alright, so let's just take this, let's just go through this again, and we still have less than 20 minutes. So hopefully we understand again. Let's take it again. So a Scrum team, right, has between like 5 to 9 people. But Scrum projects can easily be scaled into 100. It depends. However, Scrum can be one person teams and often is. This does not include any of the traditional software engineer roles such as we have the programmer. If you, like a Scrum team contains the programmer, designer, testers, or architects. Do you understand? So everybody will be working on the project. They work together to complete the set of work that they are collectively. Am I too fast? Let me check. I can't even. I cannot read charts. That's it. I should explain the benefit of the Scrum. Okay. And let me just quickly take it from the beginning. Then when I get there, then I can just basically I will explain the benefits. So let me just quickly take everything from the beginning so that we can at least understand. All right. Okay. My screen is down. What's wrong with this thing? Okay. So everyone on the as a Scrum team, everybody will work together to complete the set of work that they've collectively committed to complete within a sprint. So they develop a kind of deep form of camaraderie and feeling that we are working together. So we have the programmer, we have the designers, we have the testers on that team, right? That will be working on the team. So but do we really know what a Scrum team is? That should be the first question. Do you know what a Scrum team is? For a Scrum team, right, it can be 10 people, but they are large enough to complete a substantial amount of work within a sprint. Do we first of all understand what it means? What a Scrum team is all about? So it can be like 10 people working together just for us to complete a sprint. Do you understand? Because you really need to understand what Scrum is before you can dive in further. Okay, let me explain it this way in a way that you can understand. Okay, a Scrum is like an agile project management framework, right? It helps the team. It helps the teams to structure and manage their work through like a set of values, principles, and practices. Do you understand? That is what a Scrum means. First of all, you need to understand what Scrum is. Scrum is an agile project management, right? And it's a kind of framework that if you hear Scrum, you hear agile. So Scrum is an agile project. Scrum is what? It's still under agile project management. Scrum is an agile project management framework. Do you understand? You all know what agile is. You know that agile is for you to be able to like break your tasks into smaller phases. That is what agile is talking about. But that Scrum is under it, like is an agile project management framework that is going to help the team to structure and manage the work through like a set of values, some principles and practices. There's something they call Ruby team, right? That's RUGBY, right? and it means where it gets its name is that training for the big game. Scrum will encourage the teams to learn through the experiences. They are self-organized while they are working on a problem, right? And they will now reflect on their wins and losses to continually improve. So that's what this in a rugby scrum. If you're looking at this rugby scrum, you understand better. But the reason why those things seems to be technical is because some of us are here for the first time. Do you understand? So I just wanted to have an understanding of what Scrum is because there's no point if we are teaching and they're not understanding. Yes, I understand that you know what Agile methodology is, but you don't understand what Scrum is. But I want you to know that Scrum is also under Agile. Scrum is an Agile framework. So Agile project, Scrum is an Agile project framework. It helps the team to structure and manage their work with a set of values, principles, and practices. Do you understand? I don't know if you have an understanding of that mean. Do you guys understand what Scrum means? Let me check the charts. If exactly, Scrum is an agile project management framework. Do we understand now what it means before we now proceed? We all know that Agile methodology is a framework, right, that helps you to break your tasks into smaller principles, right? So when we now talk about Scrum, we have Scrum team. Scrum is under Agile. Do you understand? It's an Agile project management that also help you to ability for you to structure your team. These teams, this particular set of people they'll be working on this and that. Do you understand? So I don't like. I think it's better for us to just try to watch more videos so that you can try to understand it better. Do you understand? So Scrum is usually used by software development teams, right? And the principle and lessons can be applied to all kind of your teamwork, people you are working with, basically. So I don't know if you understand what that is talking about. So when you're talking about Scrum, right? Scrum is talking about a set of meetings. I'm thinking about a way I can explain it today because I don't like if you are telling me you don't understand, that means not that I'm not teaching our value in that regard. Scrum is described as a set of meetings, like a tools, the roles that work in order to help your team to structure and manage their work. Do you understand? So it helps you to structure and manage your work. Okay, this is what you want to do. Okay, it really helps you to structure it in such a way that you're able to carry out that project. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Hmm? I want you to use the chat box before we proceed. We have less than 20 minutes and I still want to take question. Okay. How do I define this again to you guys? Okay. I understand that people usually think that Scrum and Agile are the same thing, right? Because Scrum is actually centered around continuous improvements. But the core principles of Agile is, however, is that Scrum is a framework. Like Scrum is a framework for getting work done. Yes, Scrum is a framework of getting work done, whereas Agile is should I say a philosophy or something? The agile philosophy centers around a continuous incremental improvement through small and frequent releases. Do you understand? So you can't really go agile as it takes dedication from the old team to change the way they think about delivering value to your customers. I don't know if you get that. You cannot really go agile because it needs to take dedication from the old team, the old Scrum team, the old team to change the way they think about you delivering value to your customers. But 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 you can use a framework like Scrum to help them start thinking that that way, and to also practice by building agile principles into their everyday communications and work. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So there is there is really difference between agile and definition of Scrum, right? And that's when I was explaining the agile manifesto. And if you look at the agile manifesto, you understand what I'm trying to say. Agile what, like I explained earlier on, that agile and Scrum is an agile project management framework. So Scrum is just going to help you to like structure and manage the way your work is going to be done through the values, the principles, the meetings, and all of those things. I don't know if you do you get what I'm saying. You will understand it, Esther. You will definitely understand. By the time, exactly, Scrums define roles like Scrum Master, Product Owner, ceremonies, daily stand up, exactly, sprint planning, and retrospective. And the reason why we are confused is because most organizations they don't really they are they only employ product manager. So it is product manager that does all of these things, of which it shouldn't be that way. They only employ PM, but in some rich organizations whereby they can provide fundings, they have their PM, they have their Scrum Masters that organizes a meeting, stand up, and all of those things. But I want to know, do you guys understand what I'm teaching at all? Are you still confused? Do you still want me to go further? I want to know because it doesn't make sense if you're teaching and they don't understand what you're teaching. That means you're not communicating. I like you guys to use the chat box. Do you understand? Or better still, let's also watch videos. As soon as we are done with this section, please watch videos on YouTube as well. Scrum meetings, Scrum, Agile and Scrum. Watch online. It will also help you. Please, let's do that. So are we good? Do we still have questions? Somebody said I should also explain the benefits. Please drop your questions. Or should let me continue with the slide then. We still have okay. Okay, it is clearer. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Like you all understood what it means that Scrum is an agile project management. Yes, it's an agile project management. It's just that the Scrum itself, it helps the teams to structure and manage their work through a set of values, principles, practices, meetings, and all of those things to help you. Do you understand? Do we still have more questions? Let's drop our questions. Let's drop our questions. Let's drop our questions. I'm not sharing my slide. Okay, I think there's a question here. Please, ma'am, what is sprint? All right, how do I define it so you guys to understand? Uh, in agile methodologies, we define sprint as a particular period of time during which the development team will work on a specific task. Yes, that's the meaning. If you are talking about sprints, so it's like a period of time that development team will have to like work on a particular task. They give them a specific time. Do you understand? To complete that specific task. So you can decide to like okay, first sprint, second, or it depends. It depends on the organization. Some people might say 1 week for your first sprint, another person might say a month. So it depends, basically. I think this topic is complex. Everybody is so. When you cannot escape it, you have to know it. Yeah, a period of either 1 week or 2 weeks or a month when teams carry out their tasks, bring backlog. Thank you, Olayemi, Sarah. Yeah. So, are we good? Or do you still want me to continue with? Should I keep on with the explanation on what Scrum is? You know, I've started, but you are good. Is everybody fine with the explanation? Thank God. Like, I'm happy that at least you are fine. Okay, so let me just move to the benefits then, since you at least you understand some. So, so all of these things. All right. Somebody was asking me that who can benefit from Scrum. Scrum methodology is ideal for projects that requires teams to complete a backlog. Companies that value results, they can benefit. Companies that also cater to their customers, they can also benefit from Scrum because you need to be able to work on something that your customers will be delight about. So here are some collective benefits of agile scrum. There's flexibility and there's adaptabilities. It gives room for creativities and innovations, and it's also lower cost, like I always say. If you are making use of agile methodologies approach, right, it saves you from premium tiers. Do you understand? It reduces your expenses, your resources because you are not after just okay, like a linear approach. But what are you doing? You are being flexible. You are ready to like okay, launch the MVP first, get your feedback from your customers, then go back to your drawing board. But if there's anything you don't understand about the Scrum, it's something that we can you can ask me questions even in our next class. You can still go over it again tomorrow, or better still, you can also watch videos, right? So before we start tomorrow's class, we can still brush through. Okay, if you don't understand, go back again. Then we'll now do the practical. Do you understand? Because I want everybody to understand this because you will need it. You will need it. You cannot, you have to know it. There's no way shortcuts. So let's just try to watch videos online also. So one of the benefits also is quality improvements. You can always improve on it because it's very easy for you to like change things. You can easily change if there is an issue or there's need for you to quickly go back to your drawing board. It also encourages that. There's also organizational synergy. Collaborate. You need to work with your team. There's a scrum team that you really have to work with. Employee satisfaction and also customer satisfaction. So these are the important things that you tend to like benefit when you are making use of agile scrum framework. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for the benefits. That's for the person that was asking for benefits. I don't know if you still want me to dive into that further. Are we good, guys? Like today's class, I want you to rate it from 0 to 10. Yeah. I want you to be honest, rate it. I want you to rate today's class. I like feedback a lot. So I can also share videos with you on the channel. So I think I've explained these disadvantages of Scrum. So somebody just said it does not understand the benefits. So I don't know if you have other questions. Do we have questions, ladies? Ah, oh my God. Somebody said 5, 7, 9, 5/6. My head knocked at some points. 9/10. It totally brought us out our confusion. You know what? It is expected because, I mean, you don't even know what Scrum is. And for somebody that is here for the first time, what is Scrum, please? What is retrospective? What is sprint? What is this? So it's expected. It cannot be defined. Or this is becoming technical. So maybe I didn't do more justice to that. Maybe I need to explain more, right? But I will understand that if you are feeling like this and curiosity for Scrum, don't worry. I'm sure that let's do this tonight, guys. Watch videos on YouTube as well. You know, if you are watching another video also, you know, you have an idea Oh, somebody mentioned this in okay, what is she trying to say here? Oh, now I get. Ah, now I get. Now I get. So it's especially for somebody that does not even know before. Do you understand? Because please, guys, before we start tomorrow's class, I need to be sure that we all understood what Scrum Agile is. And you can come with your questions. All right. Check YouTube. Watch like 2, 3 videos. I'm sure you'll be fine with that. 7/10, 10, 10, 5, 6, 7, 5 to 6, 9/10. I love your, your sincerity about today's class. All right, so yes, what tools are we using for tomorrow's practical? You guys can suggest it because I'm thinking we have two options. Either we try to learn Jira or we learn how to use Notion. I don't know how. That you just have to like sign up on those applications for whichever one because we have 2 hours. So I don't know if 2 hours will be enough for us to learn two tools. So I think we are going to focus on one of those tools. But that will be communicated on the channel so that we can download, sign up. So it's not that tomorrow you'll not be saying that you cannot download, you cannot do this. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay, now how you me? So I think that's all for tonight, ladies. Can we learn both in 2 hours? You know what, guys? You people should go and watch videos on YouTube before you join tomorrow's class. Go and learn Notion and Jira before you join class tomorrow, so that it will not sound like what is she saying. Do you understand? Yes. Our next class, I think our next class is tomorrow, right? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday. When is our next class? I think it's Thursday, right? We'll communicate that to you guys. Please just go and learn as much as you can, okay? So that you know what she's saying again, what she's saying. I think that's all for tonight, ladies. Thank you all for joining tonight's class and let's have a great evening. Okay, yes. All right, guys. Bye.